What useless skill do you absolutely dominate? Whistling to get my dog's attention. If there are other dogs within 2 blocks, I get their attention too. I can do the same thing, but with cats, and it's not a whistle but a screech. Our cats headbutt me until I stop. I'm still undefeated in the game where you have to say an animal that starts with the last letter from the animal the other player said. You keep doing that till someone gives up because he doesn't know more animals and you're not allowed to use an animal previously used. Nobody beats me at this shit. Edit. Holy did this blow up. Guys, I'm undefeated in my native language, Dutch. In English I'm probably not as good. When passing out papers to a group of people, I can flick the paper in a straight line up to 6 feet. It amazes kids. It's also really fun to hit them in the head with a sheet of paper. Can you make a YouTube tutorial? Especially the bonk part. Tongue twisters. Can't talk for shit normally, but I can say all the crazy shit. Same. I call people by the wrong name. Say the wrong word all the time. It's enough that if anyone corrects me I just say same difference and move on. Be out Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I got that in the bag. I can mimic people fairly convincingly after about 5 or 10 minutes talking to them. Voice, mannerisms and gait. Completely useless skill. Gets me into trouble more than anything. I did briefly go to acting school after every man and his dog said I should be a voice actor. Unfortunately they are all about honesty and being yourself, and that's not what I'm good at. I'm good at pretending to be someone I'm not. I'm good at mimicry. Mimic someone being themselves. I can juggle all kinds of things, including fire and machetes. Fun fact, juggling machetes are really expensive but real machetes can be much cheaper. Fun extra danger factor. Do you have any videos? I guess if I say something like this I should probably back it up, but I don't think I have videos without my face, and I kind of like the anonymous nature of Reddit. Sorry. Keep juggling real machetes, you'll get one. When I was in high school I read some novel in which the woman admires the hero because he has a habit of throwing his keys over his shoulder and catching them behind his back. I practiced and learned to do it pretty easily. But I never had the confidence to do it casually in front of women. Or anyone really. Folding fitted sheets. It seems to amaze people. My girlfriend can do this. She takes one corner and stuffs it into her other hand and then shakes it around until I guess I black out, because the next thing I know is it's folded. She puts her left foot in, she takes her left foot out, she puts her right hand in, and she shakes it all about. Can't digest this. Don't eat sheet. Instructions unclear. Ate it. Recognizing the voices of actors and actresses when they are doing voiceovers. It has never been useful and never will be. I can make realistic fart sounds with my neck. Not sure if I dominate this skill as I never met a competitor. Edit. I'm amazed by amount of neck farters out there. It makes me feel connected. Reddit truly is a wonderful place. I can sound just like a cat. I have had people search their homes for a cat when they don't even own one. I used to be really good at imitating baby crying noises when I played dolls as a kid. Once my aunt was over and she didn't yet know I had this skill. She came running full tilt from the kitchen thinking we had somehow snuck an actual infant into the house. I can parallel park so damn good. I remember when I took my driver's test how easy it was, and I stopped being nervous. Ever since then friends or family members I ride with, even if I'm not driving and they find a parallel parking spot, no matter how snug but manageable, they make me do it. I'm decent at many things, but parallel parking is a skill I have maxed out for some reason. I can parallel park an 18-wheeler. In 2 years of trucking, I have never had to parallel park an 18-wheeler. Being confident, but only in my room alone. By the same token, witty comebacks, but only in my room alone, hours after the argument is over. Pretending that I'm working on my laptop even when I'm commenting on Reddit. The secret is to look annoyed at all times. Everyone thinks you're swamped. That's actually really easy to do on Reddit. It's almost like I'm not even acting. We should be getting paid to do this. In my early 20s, I had a timekeeping talent that I can't explain to this day. I could go on without a clock for as long as an hour and a half, and guess how much time passed down to the second with only a 5-second error margin. Unfortunately, I stopped practicing at some point and eventually completely lost the skill. I can open a soda can really ducking loud. Username checks out. I can lick my elbow and say my alphabet backwards. Why? I have no ducking idea. I, too, know my ZYXs. Had helped me 0 times. Getting people to tell me very personal things that I don't need to know about. For some reason, people I don't even know tell me all types of life details. My wife says I should have been a psychoanalyst. I will run in to buy a gallon of milk at the convenience store, and when I come out I will tell my wife, hey, they hired a new guy named Larry. He is from Oregon, but grew up in New York. He has 2 sisters, but one he never talks to because when he was younger he was an addict and stole a bunch of stuff from her. She has never forgiven him. Anyway, he just moved here like 2 weeks ago and lives over in Winding Trails Apartments. Total coincidence. He lives right next to Sheila from work. Apparently she invited him over to join some friends for a cookout the first weekend he was here. Seems like a nice guy. Her response is, you were in the store for 3 minutes. How the hell do you know all this stuff? Me, I dunno. I just do. This happens all the damn time. I'm like, weirdly good at making owl noises with my hands, I think. You know, where you like blow into your hands in a certain way and it makes an owl pigeon noise? I can do it in several different hand shapes. It sounds crisp and I can vary the pitch and volume wildly. Trust me when I say that I can make it sound like a damn dog whistle. That's the best I got though, aha. Same here. I can mimic all kinds of birds with my hands and get them to respond outside. I tried to learn that for the past 25 years. Nothing. As a 10-year-old child, I memorized the value of 2 to the power of 30, just in case someone asks me this specific question at some point in the future. 25 years have passed. So tempted to ask, but no. Knowing what time it is while asleep, and being able to wake up whenever I want. I think this has to do with the fact that I can lucid dream, so I know I'm asleep, so I can just wake up whenever I want. As for the waking up at an exact time without an alarm, I've no idea on how or why I can do it. When I'm not lucid dreaming, I still seem to be able to wake up at roughly an exact time. Say, for example, I have to get up to go to the airport at 5:15 am. If I set an alarm to wake up then, I can always wake up within 10 minutes before the alarm. I am unable to do any of this while napping, though. Juggling. I had to juggle for school, to get a good grade for physical education. Keep in mind this was during the lockdown, so the teachers needed to think of a project we could work on from home. Usually I don't do very well in PE, but juggling doesn't actually take any strength, so I figured, why not? So I practiced for weeks and I was an absolute god. I could do all the cool tricks. I could literally juggle with my arms crossed. Every week we had to send in a video of our juggling process. The teachers knew I was good. All was well. Then, when it was time to be graded, we received the email. Since you all have been working from home, we have decided that we couldn't fully see how well you are doing with this project. Therefore, instead of getting a grade based on how well you did, how much effort you put in, everyone will get an 8/10. I even emailed my teacher afterwards. He said he couldn't do anything. Oh well. At least I passed. Back in my bartending days I got good at mindlessly twirling, flipping anything I had in my hand, smoothly and decisively. Wouldn't even agitate a beer bottle or spill an open shaker. This gradually began spilling over into daily life, to the point that it's just reflexive whenever I pick anything up, even weirdly shaped or off-balance things. The worst though is not that I do it when I pick things up. Often it's also when I go to hand something off to someone. A few days ago I spun and caught a freaking hammer at True Value before handing it to a mildly freaked cashier to scan it. Literally not one person gives a dit.